tonight's... Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Hey, Dave.
Blazers coach Terry Stotts had previous head coaching stints in Atlanta and Milwaukee, but it was as an assistant coach in Dallas, where he helped win the 2011 title, that he rejuvenated his career. Stotts wasn't sure he'd get another coaching opportunity, but after that, he said the stars aligned. Kevin, he's now in year 8 as head coach in Portland.
The players love him. Thank you, David. Let's now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Butler.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Nurkic is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Butler in at the 2-guard spot. And for Portland, Morant is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Clint Capella. And there's Porzingis. And it's Tatum in at the 3 spot. Butler in the corner. On opening night, Clark, both teams would love to start off, obviously, on a winning note.
Without question. I mean, setting that winning tone, gaining that confidence that comes from winning, and they all count. Wins today are just as important as wins that you get in March and April.
Here's Morant following the score by DeMar DeRozan. And that one's good, Morant.
Even though he's smaller, Morant does not lack assertiveness, which comes in handy down low.
Pass to Harrell. Leonard inside, guarded by Tatum. And it's Leonard missing.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
And the dunk by Capella.
Good read from Tatum that time. Saw the defense, had overcommitted, and then made them pay with the sweet dime. Well done.
And DeRozan kicks to Butler. Here's Leonard. That one, no good. Now Portland takes it the other way. He came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Clearly, that was the overriding factor. A double-digit advantage on the boards. They just pounded them inside. You know, for Porzingis, the business of the family is basketball. His parents played at a very high level. His older brother played professionally for over a decade, and the first word that Porzingis said was ball, and he's had one in his hands pretty much from the start.
He's off on the first. And Clark, Porzingis' older brother. He used to make him highlight reels of NBA stars.
Yeah, you know, the NBA was his goal all along, but he showed patience, and the Orlando Magic actually promised to take him 10th back in 2014. He stayed in Spain one more year to develop, and good for him.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
Boy, you look at how tall Porzingis is. He's 7'3", and you add in his skill level, that's a unique combination. No wonder they call him the unicorn. He is unique.
Now here's Lillard following the miss by DeRozan. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Morant. From outside, off the mark. And Clark, the advantage of height, well known in basketball, but some have wondered if Porzingis is almost too tall.
Well, you know, there's a concern because he's had a significant injury early in his career, and his frame is really long, which makes you a little more susceptible to injuries. But I think KP has worked diligently to add strength and improve his body. Only time will tell if he's able to stand up to a long, productive NBA career.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Harrell. A 14-point game for him in the win against Dallas.
You know, as a wing in this day and age, you've got to be able to spray home some from the three-point line. And Butler has developed into a reliable threat from out there.
Here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Memphis. And Lillard gets it to go.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now here's Butler. Porzingis with the rebound. Lob pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Oh, I like how Capella stays one step ahead of the posse on defense. Has a real good sense of body control.
Now here's DeRozan. T right on him. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And here's Morant. And it's good for 2. Morant's got 6 points.
And how about the body control? Morant, even when under duress, stays calm, cool, and collected.
Now here's DeRozan. He had 13 points in the win against Dallas.
And then there was his passing. When he wasn't scoring on his own, he was making plays for his teammates, and they just couldn't figure out how to defend him.
Moves on moves. That's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
First one falls for him.
And the Spurs, I've heard it said, the most process-oriented team in the league.
Well, that's an understanding of what it takes for them as a small market team to be successful. A good assessment of what they have to do as the San Antonio Spurs to be good. Scouting, coaching, chemistry, all part of that.
And he can't hit the second. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats. But Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in game?
I have no idea. I mean, I know stat sheets are given to the coaches during the timeouts throughout the game, but I don't think players in general are able to monitor their numbers. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I imagine every team may have a player or two that can chart his numbers during the game, but the vast majority are too occupied with playing the game to keep up with the stats.
And they're looking up at the scoreboard too, aren't they? Because they give individual stats up on the board.
Oh man, yeah, I tell you that, and then watching replays is one of my pet peeves with players. I mean, they should just focus on playing the game instead of always looking up to see if they fouled or not.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Clark, he's checked in for Tatum. Let's take a look at last year's leading shot blockers. You don't want one of these guys in front of you when you're coming down the lane. You look at Robinson, second in the NBA, a great defender.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Now here's DeRozan. Middleton the pass to Robinson. They need this. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
Here's Oubre, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Blazers.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
The first one falls. And both free throws good for Oubre. Spurs trail by 11. Pass to Middleton. Outside Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside DeRozan. The 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
The pass to Middleton. And the three ball is good.
Boy, that is a real weapon in Middleton's arsenal. I mean, when you hit a three on him, he wants that sweet revenge, and he's coming back at you.
Now here's Lillard. He's coming off a 25-point game against Memphis.
And it was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
And stolen by Lillard. And now Portland on the break. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for San Antonio. 11-point game. Outside White. Shoots. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
The obvious work ethic of Middleton on full display there. I mean, the quick release off the pass, which leaves the defense without much to do.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now, here is Robinson. We saw him with 10 points last game. Clock at 6. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Holiday. And it's in there. Holiday's got 5 points so far.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And we'll be back with you shortly. You learn about Jimmy Butler. Difficult journey to where he is now. But one thing always got him through.
Basketball. That's that. It always took my mind off everything. It always made me smile. I had no cares in the world when I was shooting.
Boy, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remained so devoted to the game.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Trailblazers have really been rolling, haven't they?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
You've got Wood. Kelly Oubre out there with Clark. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Holiday in at the shooting guard. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. Here's what Portland's going with right now. Clint Capella comes in for Christian Wood, and it's Morant in for Lillard. No good from Clark. Spurs trail by 11. Outside Butler. And they double up Butler. Passes it to Holmes. He kicks it to Middleton. Spurs working the ball around now. Just 4 to shoot. From deep three-point range, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation for the Trailblazers. Porzingis comes in for Clark, and it's Tatum in for Oubre. San Antonio also making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Harrell comes in for Mitchell Robinson, and it's Leonard in for White. Pass to Tatum. Outside Holiday. Nurkic with the block. Here's Butler, and slam dunk by Butler.
Hard to stop Butler when he's driving to the rim, determined to finish.
Looking at the last game for San Antonio, it was a win against Dallas. And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Yusuf Nurkic. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20, 25, and 5 game? The Bosnian Beast making a name for himself.
To Porzingis. It's Morant in the corner. Shot clock at 6. Trying to get something going, and Butler sends it back.
Get that weak stuff out of here around Butler. He's so quick off the ground to block shots.
Porzingis with the block. Trailblazers leading by 7. And the pass to Morant. Nurkic with the block. Butler feeling out a bit. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Nice look that time from the veteran Butler. A go-to scorer. He's also willing to make the extra pass.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. And the hard scramble upbringing for Jimmy Butler, well chronicled in Houston, Texas. He says it played a part, making him the person Clark he is today. But it doesn't explain him.
That's a great way to put it, Kevin, because we are certainly influenced by our experiences and our past, but it doesn't dictate where we'll go in the future. He bounced around for 4 years in different places from age 13 on. No recruiting buzz out of high school, and from there to here, that's a major climb. Credit to Jimmy Butler.
Stats for Leonard. Last season, he played outstanding, putting in about 26 points per, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Well, you know that he can put points up in a hurry, and he leads this team in scoring.
Yeah, I think he's got a great sense of how to keep their offense going and being productive. If somebody else is having an off night, then he kind of steps in and fills the gap.
Harrell with it. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Here's Butler. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Doing a little bit of work from that in-between area. The defense isn't going to know what to do with Butler if he's draining those jumpers.
Tatum against Leonard. Here's Capella. He can't get that one. Some solid defense from Butler. Great D that time from Tatum. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. Kicks to Morant. From the high post. And the rebound by Nurkic.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Tatum finds Porzingis. There's Morant. He's defended by Harrell. Goes up on the top of the key. Tatum's shot is off. Here's San Antonio. They've got a 13-2 run going. He gets it in there. And now just a 1-point Trailblazer lead.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Morant passes to Tatum. He dishes it to Capella. Got a piece of it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
And a moment here to check out some numbers for Nurkic. Great showing for him last season. 12th in rebounding and a top 15 ranking in blocks per game, supplying that backline protection that is so key to a great defense.
And we talked about how strong he was on the boards, going hard at it at both ends last year, really helping out his team. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Portland's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness of Jason Tatum. He's looking for contact and doing a nice job drawing the fouls there.
And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for San Antonio.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
You know, there's no question about it. Tatum's ceiling is really sky high. Now it's up to him to meet those huge expectations, and I think he will.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Wood, he's checked in for Capella. Clark comes in for Porzingis. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Drew Holiday. And it's the Spurs ball. They're on a 15-4 run. And White kicks to DeRozan. Outside Robinson. Outside Leonard. The shot will not fall. And it's Portland the other way. Right side Tatum. Now here's Morant. Guarded by Robinson. And it's Morant missing.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Here's Leonard. That's good for his third bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
Yeah, you know, the second period's been much more kind to him than the first. I mean, let's see if he can keep it going and maintain this.
Lillard fires away from way outside. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Trailblazers lead by 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, it's a hard game so far. Going into the second half, what will you tell your team?
We just got to compete. You know, keep competing, trust each other, and make plays.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 9 points and 1 rebound. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
They obviously came in wanting to push the action. And so far, so good. They're looking to get easy transition baskets because the other team is not getting back on defense.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
They ran their offense very well in the first half. There were almost no forced shots. It was good, smart basketball. The motion in their offense was terrific. They made those defenders work very hard. I like what I saw from them for the most part.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side, my brother.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. On the court right now for the Spurs, Harrell is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's DeRozan in at the 1. Tatum's shot is off.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Here's Leonard. A miss that time would have put him up.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
Mark, we've talked about footwork, but a player's hands, how he catches, how he passes, the use of his hands are huge. And there are a couple guys out there that are great at that.
Kawhi Leonard has got some mitts unlike any other in the league. I mean, he's not that tall. He's long-armed, and his hands are humongous. That ball looks like a tennis ball in his hands. Not only are they big, they're good. He's active with them on defense, and he's very strong in how he handles the ball offensively. You know, I think about a guy in terms of maybe not size, but really good hands. Jokic, his hands are phenomenal.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, "I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage." Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
Lillard, and it's good off the back rim and in. Lillard's got 11 points.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Pass to Capella, and here is Tatum. Back to Capella. He doesn't hit that one. Nice D from DeRozan. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, you can see the excitement in DeRozan's eyes when he gets these opportunities. I mean, he's a knockdown threat from there.
The wide open look here for Porzingis. Drains it from beyond the arc. And the Trailblazers lead by 4. Butler finds Leonard. Porzingis against DeRozan. Floats one up. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot. Tell you what, guys, the aggressiveness on defense just hasn't been there this half, not like it was in the first.
Pass to Harrell. The feed now to Leonard. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. A different look now for Portland. Clark, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Oubre comes in for Jason Tatum. And it's Holiday in for Morant. The Spurs also changing it up. Mitchell Robinson comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Middleton subbed in for Butler. And he makes both free throws.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Lillard bounce pass. Now the pass to Porzingis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Here's what Portland has lined up on their schedule. On Sunday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Houston Rockets. And then on Tuesday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Minnesota Timberwolves. That free throw, no good.
Yeah, you know, it's rare to see a 7-footer shoot well from the foul line, guys, but that's Porzingis for you.
The Spurs making a switch here. White's checked in. Good on the second free throw. Spurs trail by 5. Now here's DeRozan. 9 points in the game so far. Robinson kicks to DeRozan. Another shot, and it's denied.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan. Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Harrell, the pass to DeRozan. Shoots over Lillard. The shot by Middleton. Wide open. San Antonio again missing. Here's Oubre. And it's White with the rebound. And here's White. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. They trail by 7. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. And it's Clark slamming it down.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
San Antonio calls timeout. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA, and then I digested all kinds of books and stories about him, and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for San Antonio.
And with the moment, let's check out some stats for DeRozan. He's coming off an excellent season. He was around 21 points per game last year, 6 assists and 6 rebounds. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And growing up about 15 miles south of the Staples Center, DeMar DeRozan idolized Kobe Bryant, Clark, and patterned his game after him.
And you can see evidence of Kobe's game in DeMarcus's game. You think about the footwork, the ability to post up, the moves and counter moves, the balance and strength. I think he owes a lot of that to the Mamba.
And that free throw good from DeRozan.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Wood, he's checked in for Portland. And San Antonio also making a switch. Nurkic is checked in, and so he makes both from the line. Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
1:43 left to play here in the third. To get open is Robinson. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from DeRozan.
Man, DeRozan, such a dangerous scorer in there. The defense has to push him out of there.
Lillard dishes to Oubre. Outside Holiday. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Lillard outside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
And the first one drops.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
No free throw is good from Lillard. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside DeRozan. And it's blocked. And he's able to get it back. And he comes up with the deuce. DeRozan's got 10 points in just the second half. Passes it to Lillard. 20 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Now DeRozan. 17 points in the game. One second left. No good. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of three. It's the Trailblazers up 3. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter.
Just can't wait till I get my song. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah. Just watch when I get.
And let's take this chance now to show the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, you've got Morant, Wood out there with Clint Capella. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Oubre in at the 3. Lillard against Butler. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Here's White. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Capella's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Lillard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Now it's a 5-point Trailblazer lead.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets, using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
Leonard draws the double. 6 on the shot clock. Right the pass to Robinson. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
A strong finisher. Morant doesn't mess around when he's got ideal positioning like that.
Outside Robinson. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Butler.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Checked in for Portland. Tatum comes in for Kelly Oubre. San Antonio also making some changes. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And it's DeRozan in for White. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. This is still a close game, and he told us, guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win. Guys.
And Tatum does a little bit of everything, and he's especially skilled down low. Fantastic at drawing the defense into him and playing off the contact while he's going up for his shot.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Tatum nails them both. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And DeRozan kicks to Leonard. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Well, Greg, it was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for him in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's a characteristic.
He kicks to Hill. On the wing, DeRozan. Shoots. Again, the Spurs, good for 2.
Such a great rhythm watching DeRozan shoot. I mean, that jump shot of his, silky smooth.
Morant passes to Clark. Count it. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but a much better half since they changed hoops. They're really looking strong here.
Harrell, the pass to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Capella. 3 on 3. Here's Clark. He is defended by Harrell. Lillard surveying the D. 6 to shoot. Good on the 3-point shot. Lillard's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
And once they roll the ball out there, Lillard turned on the switch. He is doing it all tonight.
And it's Leonard missing. Trailblazers leading by 6. Feeds it to Morant. Lays it up off the glass.
So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
Pass to Butler. Now here's Leonard. Covered by Lillard. Back to Butler. To halt the run. Portland grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 14 points. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
Here's Lillard. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Leonard has it in the corner. DeRozan against Lillard. Pass to Butler. Outside Robinson. DeRozan scanning the floor. And the miss, not the best shot selection there.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
A nice shot by Tatum.
Man, I like the way Tatum plays through contact, stays with his shot no matter what the defense throws at him.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And, you know, you look at the way Clint Capella's offensive role has expanded the last few years. He's great in the pick and roll as an option at the top of the key, and he's actually seeing more and more touches as a finisher at the rim. The next step in his development being a back-to-the-basket scorer.
Our Jordan player of the game, Damian Lillard.
Plain and simple, his scoring is what made him our pick tonight. Even when the D's giving him all their attention, they just have not been able to contain him. If they backed off him for 1 second, he made them pay.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. The pass to Butler. To end the cold streak, Porzingis with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer, Butler. That doesn't go either for Butler.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful, because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Spurs trail by 12. 1:19 left to play here in the fourth. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by the Trailblazers.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Trailblazers.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition. .11 left in the fourth quarter.
Now here's Morant. Tight defense on him. Tatum on the wing. Porzingis kicks to Lillard. Clock at 4. No good with the triple.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And then Leonard enjoys jamming it home, Kevin. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Passes to Lillard. Lets it go with the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
DeRozan's shot is good.
Oh, I tell you what, guys, there's so many different ways DeRozan can beat you. When he's hot, he's a problem.
Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Here's Morant. And so it's Portland winning this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys got out on a break tonight. How did you get into transition so easily?
Yeah, we want to play faster, and that's what we try to do whenever they miss. We try to run, move the ball quick, and get easy buckets.
And you were able to beat them down the floor tonight, KP. Thanks a lot for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.